A torn ACL has jeopardized the career of the Yankees' great closer, Mariano Rivera. He says he'll be back next season, but in the meantime, the Yankees and their fans are about to find out what life is like without the greatest closer in the history of baseball. Hey everybody, it's Paulie. Welcome back to This Week in Red, where we're talking all things Red Sox and Major League Baseball. The Mariano Rivera injury, in which he tore his ACL shagging flies before a Yankees-Royals game in Kansas City, is a devastating and freak injury. I never thought anything like this would ever happen to a guy like Mariano Rivera. You always thought for a pitcher it would be the elbow or the shoulder that would go, that would really be the precursor to the end of his career. And it isn't over yet for Rivera. He says that he's going to come back next season, and he very well may, but it remains to be seen. He's a 42-year-old man, and the rehab for an injury on an ACL is grueling, so it remains to be seen if his body, which is in great condition, can withstand the rigors of that and that he can make a successful comeback next season. In the meantime, the Yankees and their fans, you guys are all about to find out what life is like for the other 29 teams in baseball who in the last 15 years, while the Yankees have had Mr. Automatic at the end of games, the other 29 clubs have struggled from time to time trying to figure out how to close out games. You can count on one hand the number of times that Rivera has failed in a big spot. The other teams, the numbers are so high, you can't even begin to count because you'd have to start counting forever. But for the Yankees, they now have a problem at the end of games. Yes, they have Rafael Soriano, and yes, they have David Robertson. Soriano has closed before in big spots in the major leagues, but he's had an up-and-down career, particularly in New York as a setup man. Who knows if he can transition into that closer role in New York. Robertson, the same thing. He's been a very good setup man for the Yankees, but you just don't know what you're going to get out of this guy as a closer until you see it. And that's the thing in baseball. If you can have the end of games locked down like the Yankees, you can win a lot of World Series, as has been proven by the Yankees over the last few years. But it's not going to be easy for the Yanks. Closing out these games is tough, and you're going to see it in the next few months, the rest of this season, how tough it is to close out games. You're going to be reminded how important and how valuable and how cherished Mariano Rivera is as a closer. He's the best of all time, and forget that I'm a Red Sox fan. I respect this guy to no end. He's full of class, he's full of determination, and he probably will come back next year. But in the meantime, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Yankees at the end of games the rest of the season. So Yankee fans, what are your thoughts on this development? Obviously, you think it's devastating. But what do you see happening at the end of games for the rest of the season as the Yanks try to reshape their bullpen? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends about This Week in Red.